This is a metaphysical Brawlhalla video. I'm about to give you the secret to unlocking your full potential as a Brawlhalla player and making you a champion. Strap in because we're about to step into the mind, body, and soul of a Brawlhalla pro player. First, you must understand what the mind, body, and soul are. They're the three things that make up the human reality. Together, they are referred to as the Trinity in many religions. The body is easy to understand because it's just our physical body. You know, that space suit made of skin that you're wearing. Your mind is your consciousness, which is your awareness and perception and thoughts in the present situation. The mind is operated within the brain. It's a great problem solver, creative, and intrigued about the world. It takes in information, processes it, and outputs new information all in real time. It may seem like a tough job, but amazingly, the brain only uses 5% of its power on the conscious mind. The other 95% of brain power is used by the subconscious, which I like to call the soul. The subconscious is hard to describe, but I like to think of it as a data bank containing instructions so the body can perform actions without having to consciously think. Think about breathing, blinking, walking, finishing a Brawlhalla combo. These are all things our body does and doesn't really have to consciously think about. It's almost like a ghost or God controlling the body without you knowing.
Welcome to Brawlhalla!
And my subconscious is playing 95% of the game for me. Subconsciously, I know what stock you're on at all times. I know the healths of everybody. I know what jump you're on. I know how to finish combos. I know if your dodge is up or not. I know routes to get back to the wall depending on the enemy position. These aren't things I'm actively thinking about during a match, but if you were to stop the match midway, I could tell you any one of those things listed. Thanks, subconscious! The subconscious is responsible for collecting information the conscious mind does not think about. The conscious mind is very limited in dog shit. Your conscious mind can only hold 2 to 4 thoughts at one time. So this is where your coaching begins. Since your conscious mind is limited in the number of things you could think about during a match, you have to pick important thoughts. Which can be hard because you have an infinite number of things you could think about. You don't even need to think about anything and your subconscious can play for you. It's called autopilot. So going into a match, I consciously think about what I can do to win this match, and then pick 1 or 2 thoughts to think about all game. I don't falter from my game plan and start thinking about anything else in the middle of a match. I trust my subconscious enough to allow me to focus on those 1 or 2 things I deemed most important in the beginning of the match. Switching thoughts constantly in match is bad. The conscious mind's intriguing nature works a lot slower than the subconscious. There are some things you just want programmed into the subconscious, and there's some things that you want to consciously think about. So what should a pro be thinking about? Well, there's no correct answer to this question. Different thoughts will work for different people and it's all situation dependent anyways. I can give you some examples of what players think about consciously. Priming weapons and weapon matchups. Kosalix focuses a lot on that. Stage control and weapon starving. Me and Noel focus a lot on that. Fishing for dodge reads. Anybody who played Greatsword at BCX, they were searching for one dodge read the entire match. Spacing and tempo of the game. You see a lot of players like Meg D and Crocky really focusing on spacing. And I'll give you a special one that I like to think about. Not getting hit by the same move twice in a row and discovering enemy patterns. That's an important one I think everybody should learn and focus on. Whatever you're thinking about, just make sure it's about Brawlhalla because it really doesn't matter much. Remember, your conscious mind is only playing 5% of the game. Any player who struggles at Brawlhalla, it's because of their subconscious. The information gathered and the decisions it's making is faltering somewhere, and it's your mind's job, along with your body's help, to rewrite the subconscious software so it works correctly. And the subconscious learns through habituation, habit, doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So when you ask someone, hey, I need tips for Brawlhalla, and they tell you to go play the game, that's the best advice they can give you, so don't be mad. And the more you play, the more information your subconscious will store. Remember when you had to think about landing that combo? Now you just do it and never mess it up without thinking? It's stored in your subconscious. The pro Brawlhalla player has hundreds, maybe thousands of rules written into their subconscious, ready to instinctually and instantly activate on a trigger. Sometimes your subconscious software gets faulty and needs to be reprogrammed. It's your mind's job to figure out what's faulty about it. It's important that your mind can discover bad habits within your subconscious. Once you discover those bad habits, the mind grabs the body and through the process of repetition, fixes and writes new programs to the subconscious. Subconscious habits will not manifest unless both mind and body are used. You can't just think about something over and over and get it to change. You've got to get up off your ass, hit the training room, and get your body involved. What makes a good Brawlhalla player is their habits.